So tell me about Len Bias survival.
They did a thing on Bias.
It's on this
I looked at it last night or the night
on
before.
ESPN.
On one side, you know,
Can I check it?
I
Alright, go ahead.
mean, you can check it, but I'm saying they did a tribute. So they was talking about Len Bias and Larry Bird asking Boston to draft that motherfucker. Because Boston had just won, I think, the championship, but Larry Bird and them were getting a little older, and Larry, I think Larry had told them, we need Len Bias to keep this
And
shit
to me,
going.
that's like the biggest mystery. Like, for Len Bias to be ranked that high, how did the Boston even get in position?
Because they had traded earlier, got rid of a bum that was on the championship team and got somebody's number one pick. You know, a lot of these teams give up the number one pick for.
So the number one pick was less valuable than the bum.
Now I ain't calling them whoever they got. Boston. I remember Boston had did some trade deal. Remember when Dallas had traded for no, it wasn't somebody. Who the fuck? Somebody gave was it they gave up Herschel Walker and got up they got all them picks from Minnesota.
Yeah.
And that's how Dallas kind of rebuilt their team. That type of shit. Sometimes you can get a deal. You trade one man and you get about 6 motherfuckers. But that's what Boston did. They had made a trade previous that gave them the number 2 pick. Who's the number 1 pick? In Bias. Somebody else went before Bias.
Was it Malone?
Nah, Carl Malone, he kind of like
went number 9 or something.
I don't remember what. I know he came. Nobody. He wasn't. I don't even think Carl Malone and Bias came out the same year. But Malone was kind of. He went to a small school or some one of them things. He wasn't known unless he was one of them scouts that knew players and shit. Because the Bullets could have had Malone. They drafted a nigga that didn't even stay in the league but a couple of years. But the tribute to Bias was a good thing. Because they were talking about how that night before he went to Boston, they showed him hugging Larry Bird, and both of them smiling. Larry Bird, they be talking about, like a lot of people talking about the Bird was a racist or whatever, but you can see in that picture, he was glad to have Len Bias, because then they were talking about the comparison to Jordan. They were talking about Bias was another Michael Jordan, but he just was bigger. And they were saying that nigga was gonna be great in the NBA. And one guy said he thought Len Bias was a future Hall of Famer, but he said maybe not top tier, but at least second tier or whatever. I think Bias could have been one of the baddest motherfuckers ever. They can stop it, man. Because the boy has skills, man. But then they were talking about...
What was his type of player? Like, how he played? Like, what was his mentality? Team type, or he take over games, defense?
I mean, he played team, but every once in a while he'd show you what he had, man. And he had that swag this area produced sometimes. He wasn't like Asian Dantley type motherfucker. That nigga... Dantley went to the master with one of them private schools that he was pampered. They treated Dantley. He a nigga that I think a nigga like Bias go through the wars to make it out this motherfucker. I think Bias would have ate Danny up, man. Danny just, his thing was that he scored. He was hard. Danny was a...
And to be honest, see them niggas that went to work in the 80s, but it was transitioning for the new era to begin. I'm talking about the after the Bird and Magic, where, you know, the Michael Jordan was at this peak, and then you had the younger people a little up under Mike, like the Mailmans and the Barkleys. Then Bias would have been in the mix with that shit.
It's hard that, hey, you had to see Bias. He had some moments, though. It would have been good if you would have... I should have recorded that shit.
What channel it was on, though? ESPN?
One of them joints, and one of them probably ESPN or ESPN2 and shit. Because I be catching the 30s, I be looking at...
That's what I'm trying to find. It's the third, one of them 30s.
But sometimes if you don't see it when it come on, who tell when is it gonna come on again? I don't know. I looked up and caught it, and I ain't catch the whole thing, but I caught part of it. And they were showing Boston. They showed the draft, and Boston's coach used to be called Red Auerbach. You ever heard that name? And Auerbach at the draft, when they say Boston with the number 2 pick, picks Len Bias. And that motherfucker Red Auerbach, you can tell he an old basketball man. So
because at that time he wasn't even the coach.
Whatever he was.
Because one KC, the black guy, the coach at that time.
KC Jones was the coach. KC played for Red Auerbach, but Auerbach, they showed him up there, and when they announced they had got Bias, that nigga, he was happy they got that motherfucker. Because that year, he was the man. Hey, he had size, you know, and he had athletic ability. He wasn't no muscle bound over. He just was. He was slim but muscular. That nigga could shoot jumpers. That nigga could dunk. He was dunking on motherfuckers. He was doing shit that you didn't see too many.
Did he handle the rock a lot?
I mean, I ain't never seen nobody take the ball from him. What can I say? He was one of them niggas that probably, if you see him out on the playground, probably be doing some shit to niggas, man. You know, so we didn't get to see the best of Len Bias. You know, I only saw the college Len Bias.
Oh, that's just the worst feeling. But
the best was yet to come. Like I'm telling you, niggas didn't know basketball. I figured Larry Bird know basketball, and Larry Bird told KC Jones and the whole, y'all need to get that boy Len Bias, so we can get him. And you could tell them niggas been talking, cause like, why would Larry Bird be hugging Len Bias unless Bias was special? You see what I'm getting at? Larry Bird felt like Len Bias was going to give him 5 more years in the league, because they're going to have to worry about him still. But Bird say, Len Big can beat on this motherfucker and stay the fuck off me. That's some funny shit. But Len Big...
So it's like, for real, through the 80s, I'm talking about the whole, because in 1989... Detroit winning their first championship, they beat the Lakers. So I take that as, if Magic went to the finals his rookie year, 79-80, and he ended the decade going to the finals, it's like, the Lakers did some fantastic shit too.
Of course. Of course. And I think the downfall of the Lakers and Magic shit, I look at that 80s shit, because I think if Magic really had the AIDS, because Magic, the longest living motherfucker I know that they say got HIV. most motherfuckers got HIV died or deteriorated. But Magic got all that money. Who knows what kind of medical shit he get? But I think after Magic was diagnosed, his game didn't look the same no more.
Mm-hmm.
He could play for a half, you know what I mean? He could run Showtime like, you know, they were coming, they was the Lakers for part of the game, but not the full game, because the Lakers came at you the whole game. The whole game. And Magic being 6'9", out there handling, out there at the point with the ball. Yeah, Draymond Green be out there point for it, but he ain't no Magic Johnson. Fuck that.